are Biafra, nothing more, nothing less. You are welcome to land of rising sun. There is a land that is full of natural resources. Pretend divided us to the colonization. No, we are generous and industrious. Natural, education and digital. Mama, Papa can go see the French anywhere you from, my road to world. Come and see who we are.
Jerry, you're welcome, Jerry. Jerry Kenechukwu, you're welcome. Please like and share. As you join, you like. Click like and share. Engineer Awurbi Bennett, thank you so much for joining. You're welcome, engineer. Please like and share. Like and share as you join. Anywhere you from, come and see. Thank you so much, engineer. You're welcome. Thank you. Please like and share. As you're joining, you like the broadcast and you share. Share the broadcast on your Facebook page. Share it in any WhatsApp group you belong. All the Biafran WhatsApp group you belong. Any WhatsApp group you belong, just share it. Share to family and friends. Eric Berry, thank you for joining, Eric. I appreciate you. Please share the broadcast as you join. Share on your platform. Share on any WhatsApp group you belong. Please kindly share as you join us.
of what you promised not to come to pass, that heaven and earth will cease to exist. You opened your mouth to bless mankind to the coming of Yahweh Yeshua, who came here and said, let your kingdom come on earth as it is in heaven. Those words can never be in vain because they are anchored upon your holiness and your magnificence. That is why in the end we know that Biafra will come, that these children that we have given birth to all over the world, and their children, and their children, and their children, as long as they give birth to them and they are Biafrans, they will worship you in truth and honesty. Through this very work we are doing, mankind will come to understand you. Let your miracle be wrought in our lives. Let us witness and behold your magnificence, your holiness, your mystery, and your grace under our command. O Lord of hosts, we call upon you. We call upon you to heal. We call upon you to provide succor to those of them who are inconsolable. We ask you to come and strengthen those who are weak. We ask you to restore hope where there is hopelessness. We ask you for inclusion where there is destitution. We ask you for one brotherhood, one camaraderie, one bone, one blood, and one flesh of your children. The Efiks and the BPOs, the Izon, the Shekiri, the Isobos, and also those of them from Isob. We are traveling all the way to the lands of Ghana. We are moving on from there to Idoma, to Ikede, to the territories of the Igbo land. All these places we dedicate unto thee. All these lands of yours, we ask you to cover it with your mercy. Because Biafra will come, and when it does, we will dance on the streets. I'm telling you, by the time that we are done, humanity will think that we are mad, we are drunk in your glory, and rightfully so, because your kingdom will come to rest upon this very earth. That very kingdom is the unadulterated, non-negotiable sovereignty of the Republic of Biafra, that your will may be fulfilled in our time. All this we pray, all these we ask for, in no other name apart from that name that belongs to you.
Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate everybody who has connected to this very program. Wherever you are connecting from, I say may Chukwu Okike Abiama continue to guide you, protect you, and secure you. I thank everybody who has devoted their time to join this very program. Any place you are connecting from, if you are joining from Biafra land, if you're joining from Asia, you're joining from Europe, from America, from Australia, from Canada, from New Zealand, whichever part of the world you are joining from, I say may Chukwu Okike Abiama continue to guide you, continue to protect you, continue to secure you. We will continue to pass the information and continue to speak up and continue to bring our plight to the front burner undeterred. It doesn't matter what the enemy does. It doesn't matter the attack they bring, no matter what they say, no matter what they do, no matter the strategy they bring, no matter the attack they bring against us. We will continue to pass the information along. Please, I will urge you now, as you have joined this broadcast, any place you are joining from, I will urge you to kindly like the broadcast, like and share. Like the broadcast and share in any platform where you belong. Like the broadcast and share. That is the only way you can support me here. That is the only way you can support me. You will support me by liking and sharing. When you support, you are equally supporting the struggle of Biafra. You are making sure that people will get the notification, because we are having a serious attack on the media. We are having a serious attack on social media. Most of the time, people don't get our notification. Our videos are being suppressed. But we can be able to overcome the oppression when you help and share. When you like and share, the algorithm cannot be able to hold us down. As you're liking and you're sharing, the algorithm can no longer hold us down. They have no choice than to allow us to fly. And you are going to help us to fly. Do not allow them to bring us down. No matter how they try, they will never succeed. I welcome everybody that have connected. Stoneface, Stoneface, I appreciate you. Thank you so much for joining. Stoneface, I appreciate you. Thank you for joining. Nkemjika Obiechile. Nkemjita, thank you so much for joining. Nkemjita. Kalista, thank you so much for joining. Kalista. Chidex, I appreciate you. Joseph Ikemba, thank you so much for joining. I appreciate everybody who has connected. Everybody who has connected. Those I mentioned their name, those I could not mention their name. I appreciate every one of you. You are the reason why I'm here, and as you are supporting me, as you are promoting the program, as you are supporting and you're sharing, you are equally encouraging me the same way I'm encouraging you as a Biafran. We have to encourage each other. When we come together and we unite ourselves and continue to fight on this very struggle, we are going to make wave. We are going to make success, and we're going to be victorious. That is why your liking and your sharing and your participation in this very program is very important. I appreciate every one of you. And most importantly, I thank and I appreciate every Biafran that participated on the fundraising of ESN. Every Biafran that participated on that fundraising yesterday. Any place you are and you participated on that very fundraising yesterday, I say may Chukwu Okike Abiama continue to guide you, protect you, and enrich you. Isioma, I appreciate you. Isioma, thank you so much for joining. I appreciate everybody that have participated in that fundraising yesterday. I say, may Chukwu Okike Abiama continue to bless you. Anything that you have removed from your pocket to support that ESN, you are going to get it more in 1,000-fold. Every contribution you have made to ESN, you are going to get the reward in 1,000-fold. Whatever investment you have made, it is going to bring blessings upon your life. It is going to bring protection upon your life. It will keep you. It will speak for you. It will stand for you. And you are definitely going to see Biafra. No evil shall befall you. No evil shall befall you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. And I appreciate you once again. I also appreciate especially our brothers and sisters in Biafra land. Those who are standing tall for us. Those who are standing for you and I, facing the challenges and facing the bullets, against all odds, against all the attack, against all the intimidation. They are standing strong, making sure that the voice of Biafra is being heard. I appreciate every one of you. And I say, may Chukwu Okike Abiama continue to guide you, protect you, secure you, and continue to show you the direction to follow. May Chukwu Okike Abiama continue to guide and protect every Biafran. Today, as usual, we have to come and gather and worship as Biafrans after going to our various churches, because we know majority of the Biafrans are Christians. So after going to our various churches to worship, we still have to come back and worship as Biafrans, because Biafra is our first religion. We are first Biafran before we become anything we are. We are first Biafran before we become a Christian or become a Muslim or become a Hindu or become an idol worshipper. Whatever we became, we are first Biafran before we become what we are. So Biafra is our first religion. And every single one of us, regardless your denomination, regardless your section, we are all Biafran. That is why I always try to come back here every Sunday. After going to church to worship as a Christian, I still come back here to worship with my fellow brothers and sisters as a Biafran. Biafra is our religion. It is our religion. In as much as some of us identify with Christianity, some of us identify with Islam, some of us identify with traditional religion, we are first of all Biafran. That is where every one of us unite. And that is why Mazen Nande can use that phrase that we are all Biafran. Use that phrase that Biafra is our religion. Biafra is our religion. And this is where we worship. Every Sunday after going to church to worship, I still come here to worship with my brothers and sisters. When our Suna Mazen Nande Kano was around, we are worshiping on Radio Biafra every day. But today, the only place we can worship is on a platform of Biafra. A platform, autopiloted platform, where Chukwu Okike Abiama is being promoted in truth and in spirit. That is where we worship. Today, we have come back to worship as Biafrans, to encourage each other, to advise each other, to tell each other a way forward, to encourage each other and keep each other awake so that we don't sleep away. That is why I'm here. I am not here, as you all know, I say it and I say it again. I am not here to blackmail anybody. I am not here to attack anybody. I'm not here to preach hate speech against anybody. I am not here to talk about any irrelevant thing or gossip. I am here to speak about things that matters in us, things that concerns us, the unity of Biafra and the victory of Biafra, the liberation of Biafra. That is what I'm here. That is what I'm here talking about. Today, we are getting into Biafra. We have 126 days to go. 126 days to go, and we are counting. We are counting. We are going closer. 126 days to go. That is why everybody has to stand up and sit up. We have to stand up and sit up. We are getting to the final stage. We are getting to the final stage. The decision have been taken by Biafrans on what to do. The final decision have been taken by fellow Biafrans. If you don't know, just know it now. The final decision has been taken. As our spokesperson, Master Simon Epa, said in his broadcast, that we are going to move. An internal memo have been sent to the people on the ground to do the needful. Internal memo have been sent to people on the ground to do the needful. And if you are paying attention and watching closely, I can tell you that a lot is going on the ground. A whole lot is going on, and you are going to see more as the day goes by. You are going to see more and more as the day goes by. So many things are going to be happening. So many things are going to happen. And the stage we are, there is no going back. We have crossed the Rubicon. We have gotten to the land of no return. Don't forget that. Don't forget that. If anybody is trying to drive your attention, if anybody is trying to distract you, please leave that person and run for your life. Anybody that is trying to distract you from the struggle of Biafra today, anybody that's trying to distract you from the direction we are going, from the liberation of Biafra that we have started already, anybody that's trying to distract you, please and please, no matter who the person is, no matter how close you are to the person, even if that person is your benefactor, please run for your life. Run for your life. Leave that person alone and run for your life. It is to your tent, O Israel. Every man to himself. Every man to himself. It is no longer time to you to be to beg anybody. It is no longer time for us. You don't got time for us to wait for those who are not ready. For today, we are moving with those who are ready. Remember why Mazin Nandekano was with us. Mazin Nandekano was looking for 100 men to move. Mazin Nandekano was looking for 100 men to move. But I can show you today that we have more than 100 men and we are good to go. We are good to go. I say we are good to go. Every Biafran in Biafra land today, every Biafra in the planet Earth, we have about 70 million Biafran. I can tell you, out of that 70 million, 90% of them are ready to go, and they are very, very ready and willing to go. If you participated in the fundraising yesterday, if you have watched the fundraising yesterday, you will see that Biafrans are ready to go. Biafrans are coming out in numbers. Biafrans are doing the needful. Biafrans are coming out, registering their name where it's supposed to matter. That will tell you that Biafrans want to go. It is not a joke. It is not a child's play. Biafrans, we have stayed abroad a very long time. We have sang a joyful song in a strange land for a long time. We don't want to continue to sing a joyful song in a strange land. We do not want to continue to sing a joyful song in a strange land. Never again. Never again. The time has come for us to redeem ourselves from the Surulika Republic, and that time is now. It is in your hand. It is in my hand. No man born of a woman can stop that. No man born of a woman can. Chetachi, thank you so much for joining. Chetachi, I appreciate you. No man born of a woman can stop that. Please share the video on your platform. Share the video. Any platform you belong to, any WhatsApp group you belong to, try to share the video so they can join us. Today is Sunday, a day that Christians worship. After worshiping as a Christian, we come back to worship as Biafrans, because Biafra is our first religion. We are first Biafra before we are anything. And at this stage, when we are going into restoration, is a time that we must worship together. Is a time that we must look at each other's face. Is a time that we must have to protect each other and talk to each other at every given opportunity. That is what I am doing. As you are watching out there, as you are sharing the video, as you are sending out your comments, you are encouraging me, I'm encouraging you. We are putting our heads together to make sure we find a solution, to make sure we stand firm, because united we stand, but divided we fall. As we stand in unity, walking into Biafra, nothing is going to stop us. As we have 126 days to go, 126 days to go, we are moving closer, 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 and nothing can stop us. Nothing can stop us. Because we are working with time. The time that we are in, I want to sink it into the ear of every Biafran. If you have not known the time we are in the time of liberation. We are in the time of liberation, a time that everybody have to sit up. It is not a time to sleep. It is not a time to begin to look at your shoulder. It is not a time to begin to gossip. It's not a time to attack your own brother. It is not a time to begin to look at everything. It is a time to focus on the liberation of Biafra. It's a time to put your effort, put your money where it matters, put your strength where it matters. Whatever gift that Chukwuokama has given you, this is the time you have to use that gift to restore Biafra. The restoration of Biafra is a mandate given to every Biafran. It is given to you. It is given to me. That mandate, we must have to carry it out. Mazen Nandekan have done his part. He did a great job and still do it up to today. Mazen Nandekan have laid a good foundation and still do it up to today. It is our own part for us to play. We have to play our own role. We have to play our own role. We don't have to leave all the responsibilities for Mazen Nandekan, and we don't have to leave all the responsibility to Mazen Samuel Ekpa. Mazen Samuel Ekpa, whom Mazen Nandekan anointed, and he's doing a great job. He is doing his part. You that is watching me, any place you're watching, ask yourself, what are you doing? You must answer that question sincerely from the bottom of your heart. Tell yourself, ask yourself, what am I going to contribute for the coming of Biafra? I said that in my previous broadcast, and I'm repeating it again. Ask yourself that question. This is a pertinent question that every Biafra must ask. If you do not answer that question sincerely from the bottom of your heart, you will keep on wallowing in deceit. You will keep on wallowing in confusion. Once you answer that very question sincerely, you will never be confused anymore. You will never be asking certain questions you are asking. You will be focused on the liberation of Biafra, which is where we are today. A lot of our brothers and sisters are losing their life. A lot of our brothers and sisters are losing their lives in the hand of the enemy. A lot of our brothers and sisters are falling on the hand of the enemy. Shall we continue to allow that? We cannot continue to allow that. We cannot continue to allow our brothers and sisters to continue to lose their life in the hand of the enemies. We cannot continue to allow that. The time has come when we have to defend our land by all means possible. We have to defend our land because it is the appointed time. Chukwuokaka has given us that strength, given us that order to go and possess it, and we are going to move and possess our land. It is the time for us to possess our land. It is that time, that set time, that appointed time to possess our land. This is the time that we're in. And if you have not keyed in into this time, please key in. If you have not keyed in, please, I beg you in the name of Chukwuokaka, key in into the time that we are in. Key in into the time that we are in. This is a time of liberation. Do not fall aside. We don't want any Biafran to be left aside. Mazen Nandekano, in every of his broadcasts, he said it that no Biafran will be left behind. It doesn't matter where that Biafran is. It doesn't matter where you do, except you decide to take yourself away from the struggle. Except you decide to take yourself away from moving out of the Zululand Republic. But as we are going out, as we are going for freedom, no Biafran will be left behind. Mazen Nandekana has said it. He has sung about it. He has shouted about it. That no Biafran, no single Biafran will be left behind. And that is where I stand. We will not allow any of our brothers and sisters to be left behind. It doesn't matter your dialects. It doesn't matter your religion. It doesn't matter what you believe. Wherever you are in Biafran land, in the old southeastern region, as long as your mother is tying 2 pieces of wrapper, any place you are part of this movement, and you must wake up from your sleep. Stop sleeping. Stop sleeping. Wake up and join the movement. We are going home. Wake up and jump into the train. The Biafran train is moving already, and nothing, no man born of a woman can stop it. No man born of a woman can stop it, because Chukwuokaka says so. It is not because we have decided it. It is not because Mazen Nandekano said it. It's not because Mazen Samuel said it. It is the mandate of Chukwuokaka handed over to Mazen Nandekano. And Mazen Nandekano has been working with that mandate. He told us that in 2022, the Zululand Republic will go in flame. It will be destroyed. And in 2023, meaning that Biafra is going to come. And our spokesperson, Mazen Samuel, have repeated the same thing, that Biafra is coming in 2023. Mazen Samuel went further to give us a mandate and time. And today we are working on based on that mandate and time, counting 126 days to go. 126 days to go. I want you to key in. If you have not keyed in, if you think it's still a joke, it is not a joke. If you think it's a joke, you are doing it to yourself. Don't allow yourself to be left behind. Don't allow yourself to be left behind. It is a time that every single Biafran will be carried along. And the arm have been opened. Thank Chukwuokaka for Mazen Samuel. Mazen Samuel have come his program in an open program. He opened his arm wide and said, every Biafran, as long as you're genuinely fighting for Biafra, join the movement and let us liberate Biafra. The door is open. The door is open. It doesn't matter what you believe. It doesn't matter your location. It doesn't matter your religion. It doesn't matter your dialect. No matter what you think you be, no matter your section, it is time for every one of us to come together and move into this Biafra. Let us liberate it. The door is open. The spokesperson of Biafra have made that door open. And I thank you that many people have joined. Every armed group in Biafra land, they have now merged together under the autopiloted IPOB, under the spokesperson of Mazi Simon Epa, and on the leadership of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Every armed group in Biafra land, they are now under Mazi Nnamdi Kanu command and on spokesmanship of Mazi Simon Epa, following with the autopilot. Every one of us is united in one force to restore Biafra. That is our target. The target of every one of us is freedom. Please like the video. As you are watching, like. When you like, you are inviting people. Do not be stingy with your like. Like and share. Like the video and share. That is how we can attract people. Information is key. We don't want to leave any of our brothers or our sisters behind. It is very important that we carry along every single Biafran on the planet Earth, no matter where they are, no matter their tribe, no matter their language, no matter their dialect. Every single Biafran must be carried along. And that is the duty of the media. That is the duty of the media. That was how Mazi Nnamdi Kanu started. That was how Mazi Nnamdi Kanu carried us to this level. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu used the media to sensitize us and woke us up. Every single one that is awake today is through the message of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I welcome you, Jack. I welcome you, Miriam. Thank you so much for joining. Michael Chibuzo, thank you for joining. Ify Martina, thank you so much for joining. I appreciate every one of you. The level that we are now, it is no longer a time for us to begin to think about irrelevant things. It is a time to move forward. Forward ever and backward never. For if you have not keyed in into the time that we're in, please and please, you must have to key in. You must have to key in. And it is not a joke, neither is it a play. It is not a joke. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu started this sensitization until we got here. The stage that we are now, that our spokesperson, Mazi Simon Epa, is carrying out the journey into Biafra land. A time has been given. 126 days to go. 126 days. Don't allow yourself to be left behind. You're welcome, Tina. Thank you for joining, Tina. I appreciate you. Don't allow yourself to be left behind. We are Biafrans. Thank you so much for joining. Don't allow yourself to be left behind. And you that is watching me, anybody you know that you can reach, any Biafran you know that you can reach, those who are not getting information, please send this video to them. Send this video, share it, let it go viral. Let everybody key in into the struggle. Let them key in. We are going home, and it is not our wish that everybody will left behind. It is not our wish that anybody will left behind. We are building on the template of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and if you can agree with me, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said it in his own word that will not leave anybody behind. Odinaka Chukwu, thank you for joining. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said it, we will not leave anybody behind. Festus Anene, thank you for joining. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said, we are not going to leave anybody behind. And we will not allow the caliphate to take any inch of Biafra land. Let me tell you, the people that will be left behind are people who have voluntarily given their life off. If you voluntarily give yourself up, we can't force you. Gerard, you're welcome. We cannot force you. If you voluntarily give yourself up, we cannot force you. We will never force you. We won't force you. You're welcome, Sonny. We cannot force you. For those who will be left behind, these are people who have sold their conscience. People who have chosen by themselves to commit suicide. If you have chosen by yourself to sacrifice yourself, we cannot help you. That is the absolute truth. We can't help you. There's no way we can help you. Because you can take the horse to the river, but you cannot force the horse to drink the water. The message I'm preaching today is a message to genuine Biafrans. Genuine Biafrans who are sincerely looking for freedom. You're welcome, Living Wood. Genuine Biafrans who are sincerely looking for freedom. You're welcome, Linda. There is no way any Biafran will be left behind. As long as you are genuinely following this struggle, as long as you're genuinely committed to this struggle, you will never ever be left behind. You'll never be left behind. But for those who don't want to be part of us, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu made it clear that Biafra will be a democratic country, a country where democracy is going to run. Not the kind of democracy you have in the Zulu Republic, no. Because after all, democracy started in Biafra land. Democracy itself is started in Biafra land. So when we are saying that Biafra is going to be a democratic country, it is not as if we are planning it. It is something that is already existing. There is democracy in our life. In everything we do, democracy is applied. So the only people that will be left behind are those people who within their own, by their own self, have chosen that they are going nowhere. There are certain group of people who have made up their mind that they are going to die in the Zolota Republic. There are people who have made up their mind that they're going to sacrifice themselves for the Zolota Republic. Those kind of people, we can't help them. We cannot help them. That's not what we can do. All we can do is to wish them well. Just like people who are talking about their one Nigeria, all the one Nigerians are the people who are talking about obedience. You cannot help them. You can't help. There's no way we can help them because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have preached everything more than everything. There's nothing I'm saying here that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have not said. There is nothing I'm saying here that our spiritual leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has not said, and yet these people are adamant. When we are saying no election in Biafra land, it is not as if we started today. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have been hammering it. Before they kidnapped Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have been sending out that signal that there will be no more election in Biafra land. It cannot happen anymore. And we stood on that very platform and we are saying the same thing. Even in Anambra election, we tried as much as possible to stop it. The monster that is in Anambra today, Soludo. When Soludo was coming up, we shouted online. I was broadcasting on all my platforms. The videos are still there. One of my videos went viral. One of my videos of that election went viral. When I was shouting, I said, there will be no election. There will be no election in Biafra land. We shouted and preached and shouted and talked and talked. All of a sudden, some groups went and neutralized everything and they went and conducted election. They went. Today, what are you seeing? Today, what can Soludo offer? Today, Soludo have brought more destruction in Anambra State. What Soludo is doing in Anambra State today is increasing one tax and the other. Taxing the people more and more, making life more difficult for people, and attacking the struggle. That is the only thing Soludo is doing since he entered into power. The only thing Soludo is doing is to kill Biafrans, intimidate Biafrans, impose tax on Biafrans, and destroy their businesses. This is what Soludo have been doing since he entered power. Soludo came out, somebody like Soludo, a governor, came out and said that every single criminal he has arrested since he entered power, they are all Biafrans. Soludo came to national TV where the whole world are watching. He said that every single criminal that he have arrested in his regime since he entered into power, that they are all Biafran. There is no single one foreigner in there. What does that tell you? That tells you that Soludo has come to fight against Biafra. He has come to destroy his own brothers. Go and ask people in Anambra State. Every tax is increased. He has increased tax. He removed Agboro. When he told you that he was going to ban Agboro, people thought it was for you to attention. Soludo banned Agboro, and again, he increased the taxation of the drivers, taxi drivers, and the KK drivers. He increased their taxation only to stifle money to them that he will use for his own selfish interest. Only to stifle money. And so many other taxes that he will increase. So many other taxes in Anambra State, Soludo have increased. Last time we hear that he banned Niger Bet. What have Niger Bet got to do with the economic meltdown in Anambra State? What have Niger Bet got to do with economic meltdown in Anambra State? But when this man was coming up, we were shouting, no election, no election, no election. Some idiot came out and said they should allow him to go. That Soludo is a good man. But I told you that anybody, any human being, it doesn't matter your tribe, it doesn't matter your location, it doesn't matter your religion, as long as you're participating in anything called politics in Nigeria, you are evil. You are evil. You don't trust anybody, any human being that is participating in anything called election in the Republic. They are all evil. These are a bunch of evil men. People who are seeking for a means to destroy your life. People that are seeking for a means to kill you and make sure that you don't see the light of the day. These are the kind of people who participate in their election. These are the people who you see participating in anything called election. These are the people who parade themselves as politicians. Every single one of them, mainly in Biafra land, there is no single politician that is there for you, starting from local government chairman to the highest. They are all there for the selfish interest, and they are being planted there by the caliphate to subdue you, to make sure that you remain under slavery, to continue to push in the British agenda and the caliphate agenda. That is why you can see a governor will bring a jet to begin to kill his people and bomb his people. That is why you see a governor will come and tell you that every criminal that he arrested, they are all Biafrans. That is why a governor will come and destroy the home of people and destroy their properties and defend it. That is why you see governor will go and bring military. That is why you see a governor will go and form an armed group and begin to fight against a security outfit that will meant to protect the people. It is only because they are playing into the hand of the caliphate. They are supporting the caliphate. Because you didn't vote them in. You never voted for them. You never chose them. And I tell people again that there has never ever been anything called election in that political republic. And when we say it, you don't believe it until an INEC member came out and said it, that Nigeria has never conducted any election. Everything you are seeing in Nigeria is selection. It has been one selection or the other, from selection to selection, from selection to selection, from selection to selection. That is what they do. An INEC official confirmed it. But today you see people parading themselves as politicians. You see people parading themselves and saying that they're going to change the Zoological Republic. I played a video yesterday when one of the people who is pushing the agenda of changing the republic today. I played a video yesterday, video of Dele Farutumi, where Dele Farutumi was saying that anybody who thinks he can change the Zoological Republic in 2023 election, that you are a fool. And most ironically, the same man who said that word is a fool today. He came to national television and said, any man who thinks that the 2023 election is going to change the status quo in his local government, that you are a fool. And that same man today is a fool. These are the bunch of clowns, you see. You see why you must not believe on them. There will be no election in Biafra. That one has been signed and sealed. It cannot be like another election. We did that during another election, building on the template of Masin Nadikam, and the saboteurs thwart it. But in this very one, general election, in this general election, it will not hold, and it is clear. They know it. They are seeing it already. It cannot, there will be no election in Biafra land. I'm now specifying in Biafra, there will be no election in Biafra land. Even if it will happen on their own side, let them go ahead. Even when we are not even sure if it's going to happen there. But in Biafra land as it stands, there will be no election. There won't be anyone. And if you're a Biafran, begin to prepare your mind. Begin to prepare your hearts. Begin to prepare yourself for what is about to come. Begin to keep your mind ready for the time that we are going into. It is going to be a difficult time. It is going to be a tough time. I can't come here to deceive you and tell you it's going to be easy. It is not going to be easy. Freedom doesn't come cheap. It comes with a lot of responsibility. It comes with a lot of responsibility. The time that we're in is a time that every single one of you that is watching me, any place you're watching from, you must have to ask yourself, what am I going to do to make sure that in 126 days to come, that Biafra actualization is going to show forth? What are you doing? Ask yourself, what will be my contribution? What am I going to contribute to make sure that in 126 days, Biafra will be announced? Ask yourself that question. And I tell you, I tell people, this is not the time for blame work. It is not the time for blame job. It is not the time to begin to blame anybody. It is not the time to say you blame the politician. Let us forget about the blame. Even the saboteurs, forget them. Forget the politicians, forget the saboteurs. When we get into Biafra, every single one of them is going to face justice. Biafra is not going to be like Zoological Republic. Biafra is going to be a country built in the rule of law. It will be a country established in the rule of law. Whatever you are doing today, you are going to pay for it when Biafra comes. Every single one of them is going to face the law. They'll face the law. The most important question you have to be asking yourself today, as you're watching me, any place you're watching from, the most important question is ask yourself, what am I going to do? What is my contribution to make sure that the 126th day announced by Biafrans through the Biafra spokesperson, Master Samanepa, that very date announced by Biafrans through our spokesperson, Master Samanepa, that very date that we all have agreed and Chukwu Okabe has signed it, what is going to be your contribution to make sure that that thing happens? Ask yourself that question and answer it sincerely. If you cannot find an answer to it, please and please, I beg you, look for an answer. Find something to begin to do. Stop the blame. This is not the time for blame. Don't blame. Close your ears to all those people. All those people, okay, it is clear. You have already known those who are stopping us. You know those. When you know your enemy, If you know your enemy, you have actually escaped from him 100%. When you know your true enemy, if you know your real enemy, you have actually secured yourself. You have already secured your freedom halfway. It is much more difficult when you don't know the enemy you are dealing with. You might be dining with your enemy, you don't know. But for the fact that we know the people who are stopping us, we know the people who are causing hindrances, we have solved the problem halfway. That is why we say, don't get yourself worked up with those who are stopping us, with the saboteurs, with the politicians. We are focused on the real devil, the real enemy. We are focused on it. As soon as we cut off the head, when we bring down the real enemy, every of them will vanish. And when Biafra comes, they will face the music. Every one of them is going to face the court. In Biafra system, it is going to be justice. Biafra, if you are given a freedom, you go away. But if the law is against you, you will face the music. Biafra is not going to be like the zoo, where somebody will be given freedom and they will say no. Where somebody will be given freedom and the government will begin to appeal. It's not going to happen in Biafra land. It doesn't matter the crime you commit. If the law of Biafra, if the established law in Biafra land said that you are free, you are free. So let us focus on how we are going to actualize this time that we are working for. This time that we are looking forward to, how are we going to actualize it? Ask yourself that question and answer it sincerely, deeply from your heart. I tell you and I tell you again, please stop figuring out how it's going to happen. Stop figuring out, oh, Mazi Simon Ekpa, the spokesman of Biafra, said we are going to get Biafra in 126 days. Let's see how it's going to happen. How is it going to happen? Do we have a jet? Do we have a bomber? Do we have this? Stop figuring out. Chukwu Okike Abiama is our leader. Chukwu Okike Abiama have made a lot of provision that you cannot even see with your eyes. And you don't expect us to say everything online. The things you are seeing that we are saying is half of the things that is on the ground. Most of the things that are happening, we can't even say it online. We can't say it on social media. We can't tell you. But all I'm telling you is that you must have to key into information. If you are in Biafra land, pay attention to information. Listen to all the autopiloted platform. All the autopiloted platform who are standing on the truth, sending out the message that Chukwu Okike has given us through Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to Mazi Simon Ekpa and through Mazi Simon Ekpa to us. Pay attention to those information. It is going to keep you alive. It's going to take you a long way. It is going to move you into Biafra. Don't try to belittle Chukwu Okike Abiama. Don't try to begin to create an imagination in your head. Don't try to use your head to create a small circle for Biafra. Don't try to use your head to belittle Biafra as a small nation. We are not small. We are not small. Biafra is a mighty nation. A mighty nation, one with God is majority. There is no nation on the planet Earth that follows Chukwu Okike Abiama the way Biafrans are doing. Even though most of our Biafrans have been deceived, because of the faith they have in Chukwu Okike Abiama, most of them have been deceived. Most of Biafrans have been deceived because of the strong faith they have in Chukwu Okike Abiama. And you don't blame them for that. But that is why some of the time we call their attention. We call the attention of the Biafran that there are some responsibilities in your hand. There are things you must do. Not everything that Chukwu Okike Abiama will do for you. There are certain things Chukwu Okike Abiama will do for you when you do your part. And there are certain things that Chukwu Okike Abiama have already done. All you have to do is to activate it. If you activate it, you begin to see that Chukwu Okike Abiama have done it already. That is why, as we are moving into Biafra land, you don't have to begin to trouble yourself to answer some question or ask some question. Is it possible? Is it not possible? What do we have? Don't ask such questions. Just move. As you are moving, Chukwu Okike Abiama is leading. Let me tell you, the result is going to be fantastic. You'll be surprised what you're going to see. You'll be surprised. I am telling you, it is not going to be easy. But I tell you and I assure you, at the end of the day, we are going to be victorious. We are going to be victorious. Victory is ours. Already signed and sealed. Signed and sealed. It is not going to be easy. But at the end of the tunnel, we are going to be. And I tell you, it is not going to be like 1967. It is not going to be like the Civil War in 1967. It is not going to be the same ball game. The war cannot last. It cannot last. The trouble is not going to last up to 3 years. It might not even last up to 1 year. It is going to end as fast as you never expect. And we are going to be free. But it is important that you pay attention. Any place you are watching this broadcast from, please share, like and share. As you are watching, please like. Click like as you're watching. Click like. You see there's a click like. When you like, you are inviting people. When you are clicking like, you are inviting people. You are breaking the algorithm to force you to send the information to people. Share in any platform where you belong. It is very important. Information is key. At this particular point in time, we don't have to keep any information behind. We have to make sure that we reach out to all Biafrans. Every single Biafran must get the information of the time that we're in and the situation at hand. Every Biafran must get the information. Remember, Mazen Nanekano said it in a clear word, in a clear times, that no Biafran will be left behind. And that is where I stand. No Biafran will be left behind. It doesn't matter your religion. It doesn't matter your tribe. It doesn't matter your ethnic group. It doesn't matter your location. It doesn't matter your belief or your group. No Biafran will be left behind. As long as you're from the old southeastern region, the present south and the southeast, and the lower Benue. As long as you're in a place where your grandmother tied the 2 pieces of wrapper, you are a Biafran, and the message is for you. And we are going to do everything possible to see that every single Biafran is saved. That is why you see us shouting online. That is why we are passing the messages. We want to make sure that the collateral damage is reduced to zero. Collateral damage is reduced as much as possible. That is why you must pay attention. That is why when you see a video, you send it to your brothers and sisters and tell them the time that we're in. It is not a time to celebrate. It is not a time to gallivant. It is not a time to move around in late hour. In Biafra land today, it is not a time to begin to go out when you don't need to go out. It is not a time to organize party. The time that we're in, it is not a time to party. It is not a party time. If you don't know, we are in a situation of war. If you do not know, if you are a Biafran and you don't know yet, please, I'm telling you now, we are in a situation of war. There's a time for everything on the planet Earth. A time to live, a time to die. A time for war, a time for peace. A time to sleep, a time to be awake. The time that we are in now is a time of war, and you must be awake. It is not time for sleeping. You must be awake. You must be awake at all time. This is not a time of party. It's not a time to party around. It is not a time to party. Mainly our brothers and sisters in Biafra land, it is not a time to party. It is not. Any issue of party, suspend it for now. Suspend it. Suspend it for the sake of your life and the life of others. Don't go and endanger the life of others. Don't go and endanger the life of people. Suspend every partying. Every party, suspend it. It's not the time to begin to party around. It's not the time for you to begin to take chief's title. Go and say you are taking chief's title. You are throwing money around. You want people to see you. This is not the time. This is not the time. This is the time for you to fund the security outfit that will protect you and your born generation. It is not the time to showcase your money to the world to see. It is not the time for you to showcase your money for the world to see, or to play around, begin to throw money around. This is not the time. It is not the time for party. It is not the time for occasion. It is not the time for any form of celebration. It is not the time to take any form of chieftaincy title. It is a time of war, and you have to protect yourself. A time for self-defense. A time for you to think about how to protect yourself, protect your neighbor, protect your brother, and defend your land. This is the time that we are in. Ask yourself, as we are going into Biafra land in 126 days, we are counting I'm not saying years. It's not years. We are counting days. 126 days. Hear me and hear me clear. 126 days. All you have to do is to key in and do the necessary thing. Then as you key in, ask yourself, what am I going to do to make sure that we realize 126 days Biafra coming? Ask yourself, what am I doing towards this vision? And let me tell you, it is not just a dream. This is a plan. This is something that has been planned. This is a mandate given by Chukwu Okikabiam. Chukwu Okikabiam gave the mandate, and plan was made that at this time, Biafra will be declared. It will come. Not just, it will be declared and defended. And that time is approaching, and you are still sleeping. That time is approaching. You still think it's a joke. That time is approaching. You are not taking it serious. I don't know when you're going to be serious. I do not know. But everything I'm telling you is for you to stay awake. We don't want to lose anybody. We don't want anybody to be taken by surprise. We are in the situation of war. And this is not the time. If you don't have anything to do outside, if you're in Biafra land, there's no point going out. Stay indoor. Anytime you don't have something reasonable to do outside, stay in your house. There is no point going out. There's no point. It is not the time to go out late hour. It is not the time. Try as much as possible to avoid it. There are certain things you must avoid to help yourself. As Chukwu is protecting you, you equally have to do your own part to make sure that you're being protected. And if you're Biafra, listen to Voice of Biafra. 97.5 FM, Voice of Biafra. Listen to it at all times. Follow Mazi Simon Ekpa on Twitter. Go to his Twitter handle. Follow. He is tweeting every hour. Latest information. The procedures we are taking. Follow him on his daily broadcast. Follow all the autopiloted groups. Go to their platform, key in. If you have not subscribed, subscribe to their platform. Subscribe to my platform. Any platform that is speaking for the activism of Biafra, genuine ones, subscribe. Genuine ones, mainly platforms where you will see the people that are talking to you. I don't mean platforms where people are hiding on the keyboard. I don't promote platforms where people hide on the keyboard and type. I talk about platform where you will see the people that are talking to you. You know them you see them. You see that you are talking to a human being. Not you go to a platform that we hide on the keyboard and talk for Biafra. You will hide under the keyboard. Use only voice, talk as Biafra, and you go and use your face and begin to defend one Nigeria. You'll be talking about Biafra, Biafra, Biafra under the keyboard. We don't know your face. But when you want to talk about your one Nigeria and Peter Obi, you use your face. This kind of deceit must not be allowed. It must not be allowed. I will advise, personally, this is my opinion, I will advise, listen to people who are genuinely preaching and pay attention to people who you can look into their eyes. At least you can read them by looking into them and know that this will stand for Biafra. If you are not ready to put your life on the line for Biafra, then you're not in for it. In as much as we know that it is not everybody that will be in the war front, it's not everybody that will stick in their face. But if you know you're not ready to be in the war front, step aside and let those who want to do it. Don't go and hide on that keyboard and begin to pretend what you are not. And begin to distract people. That is why I say follow platform where you will see people who speak to you, what they say, and what they stand for. People who can be able to identify themselves with Biafra openly, without shame. You can't be ashamed of calling yourself a Biafran, and yet you want me to associate with you and watch you? No, I don't do that. If you cannot be bold enough to tell people that I am a Biafran, say it to the world and let the world know where you belong. Then what am I doing with you? You only hide in audio, hide under your keyboard and you type. But when it comes to stick your face, you can't stick your face. But when you want to defend the one Nigeria, you will come out with your face and defend one Nigeria. Talk about P2B. This is a deceit that we must avoid. We must not allow that deceit to continue to flourish. It has been happening. We must not allow that deceit to continue to flourish. You must not allow that deceit to continue to flourish. And even if as you're watching those who are showing their face, you must first of all, even the person they are showing their face, go and look what they have been doing in the past. There are so many people. Even while Mazin Nandikan was there, they never talked about Mazin Nandikan. Even some of them who were attacking Mazin Nandikan while he was with us. Some has never supported Biafra. But all of a sudden, because they see a cash cow, some of them, since Mazin Nandikan got a judgment in the court, you see some of them keying in. They began to talk because it's a trending thing. They want trending issues. But let me tell you, don't get distracted. Don't get distracted. The most important situation now is that we must make sure that our people get the right information. That is where I'm heading to. I am talking about getting the right information at the right time. Talking to the right people and listening to the right people. Talking and listening to the right people. Don't go and listen to fake people. Don't believe people because they are using the picture of Mazin Nandikan. Do not believe people because they are playing the prayer of Mazin Nandikan. Do not believe people because they are playing the message of Mazin Nandikan. Do not believe people because you see the flag of Biafra or the picture of Mazin Nandikan. Do not believe people because they are shouting Biafra, Biafra. Believe people because of what they do. Their consistency and truthfulness. That is how you judge people. In this struggle, the truthfulness in them and their consistency. Mazin Nandikan have won the heart of the whole Biafra because he has been very, very truthful and consistent from the very first day he started fighting for Biafra. Mazin Nandikan said it is Biafra or nothing. He has never changed in that language. It is either Biafra or death. He has never changed. When you think he's going to change, he will increase it. He said it's either Biafra or death. And Mazin Nandikan, even in their court, the last time he spoke to us directly, he still repeated the same thing. That Biafra must come. It is either Biafra or nothing. He has not changed. That is what we call consistency personified. And that is what every Biafran should be. You have to be consistency personified. That is the only way you can overcome. If you are not consistent, you cannot make a headway. That is how you know people who are consistent. Look at Master Simon Ekpa. Master Simon Ekpa has been consistent from day one. All the things he has been doing while Master Nandekano was with us is what he's still doing to today. Every single thing that Master Simon Ekpa has been doing when Master Nandekano was with us is what he is doing today. Even he has added more strength to it. He has never, ever changed from what he has been doing. With all the attack, with all the blackmail, with all the propaganda, he has never moved an inch from doing the right thing. Talk about consistency. He has been very, very consistent. Master Simon Ekpa has been very, very consistent in his words. Consistent in supporting Biafra. Consistent in supporting Biafra. Unshakable. That is the right word. Thank you, Ada. Thank you so much for joining, Ada. I appreciate you. Unshakable. With all the blackmail, all the propaganda, all the calling of them, Master Simon Ekpa remains unshakable. When you think you push him down, that is when he will fly more. When you think you want to oppress him, that is when he grows more. When you think you have hold him down, that is when you see him bringing out the best of him. That is what we call consistent. Standing with the Biafran people in all time, at all time, in every angle, in all directions. He never wavers. He never changes. He never falls. Very, very consistent. Consistency personified. That is how Master Nandekano described it. And that is how every single one of us is supposed to be. We are supposed to be consistent. We are supposed to be consistent. That is the only way we can achieve what we want. Consistency wins the race. And I thank you, that we are lucky. Biafrans are lucky to have people who have led them who are very consistent. Master Nandekano, since he started the struggle, very consistent. He has only one demand, Biafra. He has only one demand. Master Nandekano has never ever demanded for Igbo presidency. He has never ever demanded for restructuring. He has never ever demanded for anything except the independent state of Biafra. The independent state of Biafra, that is what he's demanding for. And he has made it clear to them that they have killed many people. Many lives have been lost. That we have crossed the Rubicon. We have gotten to the land of no return. And there is no going back. It doesn't matter what anybody has to say. It doesn't matter your propaganda, your blackmail. It doesn't matter the angle they're coming from. We cannot go back. We can't. We can't. When Master Nandekano was interviewed, he said it directly. Even in that Zoria, he told them in their face. In their interview in Nigeria, he told them that we have crossed the Rubicon and there is no going back. That a lot of people have been killed. A lot of life have been wasted. There is no going back. That is why today, when I see our spokesperson, Master Simon Ekpa, doing wonders, when I see him speaking and making waves, I agree with him 101%. I stand with him 101%. Every single step he's taking, I stand with him. Because he's building on the foundation led by Master Nandekano. And as the Zoological Republic think that they are going to put fear into us to make us stop what we are doing by holding down Master Nandekano, they think they can stop us. They are wasting their garden time. It is Wotowoto all the way. Wotowoto having, since they have refused to release Master Nandekano, the Wotowoto, you will continue to see more. Wotowoto all the way. And it is happening. When the time comes, they will confess by themselves. I have told you several times, stop expecting any propaganda video. We don't need that propaganda video. Today we are facing the reality. It is no longer time when you begin to share video. Even Master Nandekano himself have warned about the spreading of the video of the operation of the ESN from very first time. He warned about it. At the early stage, when videos were coming, Master Nandekano put a stop to the sharing of videos of the ESN for any operation. And we are still holding that code till today. We are holding that code. That's why I say it is not about propaganda. It is a reality. What you see is what you get. And the enemy themselves, when the time comes, they are going to play the video themselves. They are going to confess. None of them that enter into Biafra land to take the life of Biafra will go home alive. That is the absolute truth. And every time you hear them, you go to Abuja, you see who goes to Abuja to bring soldiers. Every time you go to Abuja to bring soldiers, ask him the ones he brought before, where are they? The ones he brought before, where are they? Ask him. Do you ever ask? The ones you have been bringing, where have they? When did they go back? When did they go back? Where did you keep them? And that is the Wotowoto. They will continue to receive Wotowoto all the way until Biafra comes. And those of them who have decided to give themselves as a willing tool into the hand of the enemy, so be it. That's their part. We don't have their time anymore. We don't have their time, including Peter Obi and his group. I saw a video. You see, when we are talking about the situation of Biafra, when we talk about it, you see, there are certain things you will see. I tell you every day that when you go to the conventional media, every day, just make it a point of duty to listen to most of their videos. That is why if you go to my platform, you see me posting some videos of things that are happening, their news, more especially their policies and everything. I cut it and I post it on my platform. Some people will be wondering, why am I posting it? I am posting it for you to know what is happening in their conventional media. I am always there on conventional media and on social media. When you see things, every day you go in there, you will see reason why you must get away from the Zoological Republic. Each day you will listen to the conventional media on all those platforms, either AIT, either Channel Television, either their NT or whatever. Each day you listen to them, you will see reason why you must get out of that Zoological Republic. If you are from any indigenous tribe, either you are a Oduduwa person, either you are from the Middle Belt, any indigenous tribe, so long we are indigenous, each day you watch their television, you will see reason why you must get out of that Zoological Republic. You will see great reason why you must get out of the Zoological Republic before it is too late. I saw a video on their conventional media, on the social media, where Bola Ahmed Tinubu went to convince the Afenifere to support him. And in that place, when Bola Ahmed Tinubu went to meet Afenifere, they were singing Oduduwa National Anthem. And Tinubu was singing Oduduwa National Anthem. Tinubu, who is contesting for president, was singing Oduduwa National Anthem with the Afenifere when he went to convince them to join him. The video is out there. I'm still going to post the video on my platform so that people can see it. Bola Ahmed Tinubu was singing the national anthem of the Oduduwa people. Could you ever imagine? Can you ever imagine Peter Obi opening his mouth to sing Biafra national anthem? Even your Ohanaeze Ndigbo, have you ever heard Ohanaeze Ndigbo singing Biafra national anthem? Have you ever heard the Ohanaeze Ndigbo singing Biafra national anthem? And when we tell you that these people are all against us, every single politician is in Biafra land, the Ohanaeze Ndigbo and the Ohanaeze Ndoshi, all those Ohanaeze Ndoshi, they are all promoting the caliphate, promoting the agenda of the oppressor, making sure that they help the oppressor to keep us down. That is what they do. The Oduduwa people are much more lucky than we are. Oduduwa people, their governors, one of their governors forced the student to learn Oduduwa national anthem. One of their governors in the southwest forced their students, said that every student must know how to sing Oduduwa national anthem. But in Biafra land, what do we get? What we see is governors who come and say that we must not carry Biafran flag. What we see in Biafra land is governors coming together to proscribe us, their own children. They proscribe us as terrorists. That is what we see in Biafra land. You don't see that in Oduduwa land. As Peter Obi is parading himself now as the London boy, is parading himself as a president, he can never ever present himself as an Igbo Biafran, let alone talking about Biafra. He can't. He dare not open his mouth and speak about Biafra or speak on behalf of Biafra. Even when his own brother had been granted bail, Mazen Nanika was granted bail, and the government refused to leave him. Instead, they went and sued for stay of execution. Peter Obi never uttered a word about that. But if it was a person from another region, Peter Obi will first of all stand for him. But when it has to do with his own people, he will never speak. I am telling you that Bola Ahmed Tinubu was singing Oduduwa national anthem. Bola Ahmed Tinubu was singing Oduduwa national anthem when he went to meet the Afenifere. The video is out there. Singing it completely, passionately. And after singing that the national anthem, has the heaven fall? Did the heaven fall? Did you see him got arrested? Did you see anybody challenge him or attack him because of that? Did you see anybody say you cannot be the president anymore because he sang Oduduwa national anthem? Did you hear that? But Peter Peter Obi will never ever speak about his own. He will never ever fight for his own. He will never ever say anything that has to do with his own, simply because he wants to be relevant. Even when he has forgotten that it is this same Biafra struggle that made Peter Obi a celebrity today. It is Biafra struggle. Every single idiot that's supporting Peter Obi today, they are supporting Peter Obi because of the hatred they have on Biafra people. Every single person supporting Peter Obi today, from A to Z, even those who pretend that, hey, I'm a Biafran, I like that Biafra said, I like Biafra more than you think. You think you like Biafra more than me? You think you want Biafra more than I do? But you are supporting Peter Obi. All of them are a bunch of criminals. And the reason why they are supporting Peter Obi is to make sure that they weaken the struggle of Biafra. But I thank Chukwu Okabiama for Mazi Simon Ekpa. Chukwu Okabiama, he walks ahead of them. Ever before they begin to imagine that, Chukwu Okabiama brought Mazi Simon Ekpa, arranged him and keep him. Chukwu Okabiama brought Simon Ekpa, arranged him and keep him. Chukwu Okabiama brought Simon Ekpa, arranged him and keep him in order. And he is there. He is there, waiting for them, undeterred, very, very consistent. Very, very consistent. Very, very consistent, undeterred. It doesn't matter the propaganda you push, it doesn't matter what you say, it doesn't matter the nonsense you're pushing from east, west, north, and south. Mazi Simon Ekpa is focused on the mandate we are given. And I tell you, take it or leave it. Everything I'm saying is for you is to wake up your spirit. Everything I'm saying is to make sure that you don't forget certain things. Repetition is for emphasis, so that you don't forget certain things. It's not that people have not heard it. So many things I'm saying here, I've said it before. Many other people have said it in their platform, but repetition is for emphasis, so that you don't forget. So that you don't forget. So it doesn't matter what anybody does. It doesn't matter what anybody is doing. It doesn't matter. Let me tell you, Biafra will definitely come. It's going to come. All I'm going to tell you, you that you are a Biafran, you that claim to be a Biafran, ask yourself, what are you doing to support the coming of Biafra in 126 days? Answer that question. I will continue to ask that question every time I come online. Ask yourself, what are you doing? What are you doing to make sure that the coming of Biafra in 126 days becomes a reality? Ask yourself, if you're not doing anything to write your name in gold, this is the time. If you have not started doing something to write your name in gold, this is the time. Yesterday was fundraising, and I appreciate every single one of you that participated in that fundraising yesterday. I bless you again, and I say, may Chukwu Okabiama continue to guide and protect you. And I tell you, any commitment you make for Biafra can never ever be in vain. If you make any commitment for Biafra, it will never ever go in vain. Chukwu Okabiama must reward you in 1,000-folds. Whatever contribution you make for Biafra, in any way, it must not be financial. We are not all equally blessed financially. You must have an area that you participate. Every one of us have a role to play. Every single one of us have. As you are liking this video, as you are on this platform and you are sharing, you are liking the video, you are sharing and making sure that video reaches people. You like when you comment, you are equally doing something. If you are in Biafra land on the ground and you are there speaking and saying the right thing, making sure that information gets to people, educating people on the ground, sitting at home when you need to sit at home, you are doing something. Continue to do it and increase it. If you are praying for the coming of Biafra, pray more. Add fasting to your prayer. Add fasting to your prayer. Add fasting to your prayer. That is the right thing to do. And if you are the one blessed financially, let me tell you, that finance you have in your hand, it is because of this time that Chukwu Okabiama gave it to you. Don't be scared. Whatever you bring out, don't be scared. Chukwu Okabiama is going to double it in 100-folds. If you continue to sponsor and support Biafra financially, your sea will never dry. You will never lack in your life. You will not, I'm not just saying it. Chukwu Okabiama said it. Mazi Nnamdi prayed for it, you pray for it, and Chukwu Okabiama approved it and signed it. And it is something that is working. It's at work today. It is at work today. Any investment you make for Biafra, anytime we are making fundraising and you make investment, that investment is going to multiply in 1,000 folds. Everything you lay your hand is going to prosper. You will succeed. This is the time for you to support. Support any way you know you can support the struggle. Come out today and support it. Not tomorrow. Not tomorrow. Stop waiting. Stop wasting your time. Stop listening to gossipers. Stop listening to idle men. Stop listening to idle women. Be focused on our direction. We have a collective interest. That our collective interest is where our mind and hope and faith should be. On that collective interest, which is the coming of Biafra. Our collective interest is to make sure that Biafra becomes a reality. That's our collective. Our collective interest, every single one of us, is to make sure that Biafra becomes a reality. And it must be a reality. It doesn't matter what anybody does. It doesn't matter what any man says, any woman says. Biafra will be a reality in our lifetime. For me personally, I'm already living in Biafra. I say it all the time. For me personally, I am already living in Biafra. I am already living in Biafra. I don't care about whatever anybody have to say. But for you who are still living in the dream of Biafra, I just hope you wake up. You just wake up and see the reality. And when you begin to see the reality of Biafra, you will not be forced. You will not be forced to pray for Biafra. You will not be forced to work for the coming of Biafra. You will not be forced to do things that you have to do for Biafra. And let me tell you, self-determination is the right of every well-meaning human being on the planet Earth. When we are talking about self-determination, it is the right of every human being. It's the one right. International law supports it. African chartered law supports it. Nigerian law itself supports self-determination. But because it is a Biafran that is talking about it, it has become a crime. Because it is a Biafran speaking about it, the British and the Caliphate made it a crime. Today, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is being held because of self-determination. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is held incommunicado because of self-determination. Even when court have said let him go, they continue to hold Mazen Nnamdi Kanu because of self-determination. They said Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is a security threat. How? Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is in captivity in their DSS, and yet United States issued a security threat, issued a security alert to them that the terrorists are about to take over this country. They are not concerned about that. The person they know as a threat is Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, who has been in their net for more than a year now. The only thing they see as a security threat is Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, who is asking for self-determination. At least every human being knows what he wants. But those who are ready to take your life, who doesn't have any purpose than to take your life away, the terrorists are about to invade Abuja. They are about to take over Nigeria. But the government doesn't see it as a threat. The terrorist government are not seeing it as a threat. But a man that is fighting for the freedom of his own people, a man fighting for the freedom of his own people, is the person they are seeing as a threat. That is sad. That is sad. How long shall you continue that way? How long? How long can you continue on such path? How long can you continue on such destructive path? Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, a man that is asking for something genuine, something that every one of us know what he's asking for, something that is genuine. The international law support what he's asking for, and they know it. African chartered law support what he's asking for. Nigerian law itself supports him to ask for self-determination. They know. He has been interviewed on several occasions and he said what he wants. But yet, they went and kidnapped him in Kenya, brought him to Nigeria, kept him under solitary confinement, and yet, the court said release him. They say he's a security threat. They won't release him. As you are calling him a security threat, the United States have told you about it, giving you a security alert that the terrorists are about to take over Nigeria. You are not concerned. You don't see that as a threat. The person you see a threat is somebody who you are keeping under custody. Now you begin to see why we must get out of that Zoroastrian Republic. And you see why I tell you that the freedom of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is not in the court. The freedom of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is not in the court, not in the hand of the late Muhammad Buhari. It's not in the hand of the lawyers or the judges. Not in the hand of the United Nations. It's in your hand. You that is watching me. It's in your hand. It's in my hand. It's in your hand. Until we realize that the freedom of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is in our hand, it's going to be difficult. And that is why I thank you, Master Simon Ekpa. Master Simon Ekpa knows very well that the freedom of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is in our hand. That is why he is not concerned. You don't see him talk much about that freedom. He doesn't talk much about it because he doesn't want a temporary freedom for Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. He doesn't want God to fake freedom where you give Mazen Nnamdi Kanu freedom, tomorrow you go to his hand and want to kill him. Where you release him, the next time you send army, military to his home to go and kill him. That is not the kind of freedom we are talking about. We are talking about a freedom that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu will have, and he will be answerable to nobody. Absolute freedom, where he will not go to any court to answer to anybody. That is the freedom we desire. That's the freedom we are asking for. And we must get it. It doesn't matter the attack they bring. We are going to get that freedom from Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. And everybody watching me, remember, tomorrow is sit at home. Tomorrow is a Monday. Tomorrow sit at home is supposed to be greater than anyone we have connected in the past. Tomorrow sit at home to air our opinion on the illegal detention of Mazen. Today, our sit at home has been legalized more. Our sit at home, every action we are taking have been made more legitimate than ever. Every action that you and I are taking has now been made much more legitimate than ever. Since they have refused to let Mazen Nnamdi Kanu go. Since they have refused to listen to Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Since they have refused to let him go. Every single thing they are doing today has legitimized what we are doing. And that will show you that we have always been right. We have always been right, fighting the right cause. And that will now make you to know that Master Simon Ekpa has always been the person who is speaking the mind of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu and the mind of Biafra. And he has been the only person that has been able to code the right way, pursue the right agenda. All this while we are talking, some of the Department of Saboteurs we are telling us, you don't do this, so they don't call it terrorists. Don't do this, they will call it terrorists. Don't do, they call it terrorists. Even when they know that we are not terrorists. The whole world knows. The World Igbo Congress wanted to protest with us. They say they shouldn't join us because they say we are terrorists. You yourself begin to call yourself terrorists. Is it not laughable? But in all these there's fears. Master Simon Ekpa has been very, very consistent doing what he needs to do. That is how you know people who are determined. He has been very consistent doing what he needs to do. Even while they are busy pushing their blackmail, he is still consistent doing everything he needs to do. Even when they begin to blackmail him, when they kill somebody, they say he's the Simon Ekpa boys. He's the one doing this on the ground. He's the one causing chaos. He is still consistent doing what he needs to do because he knows that he has been right all this while. The same way the blackmail Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, call him one of name. Today he's in their court. Their court cannot prove anything against him. The court of the zoo cannot jail Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. They can't prove anything against him. That is why you see them dancing from pillar to pole. The court said, let him go. And yet, they don't want to let him go. The court said, let him go. They said they're not going to let him go. Today, our sit at home will intensify. Tomorrow being Monday, we have to have the greatest sit at home ever. The Biafra line is supposed to be shut down. It's supposed to be a ghost town tomorrow. A total ghost town tomorrow. We have to show. You see, this is the time for us to step up the game. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu have given us all the instruction. That if you don't see me, you know what to do. And I believe Master Simon Ekpa knows what to do. And he's doing exactly what he has to do. He is doing exactly what he needs to do. Tomorrow is going to be a sit at home. If you are watching from Biafra land, even if you are not watching from Biafra land, those who are here, call your family and tell them, tomorrow is no movement. Call your families and tell them, in case they forget, tomorrow there is no movement. It is going to be worse than ever. Let it be much more intensified than ever. Let it be intensified much more than you have ever had seen it before. Since they have refused to let him go. It means every single thing we are doing have been legitimized. Because you cannot build legality on illegality. You cannot be talking about justice on illegality. It doesn't happen anywhere. You can't be speaking of justice on illegality. There is no way they can justify whatever they are saying or they are doing against Biafra, even when they're holding Mazen and they can. Today you have the only people that are being justified in the action is the Biafran people. Any action we take going forward is justified. Every action we have been taking, they are all justified. Even the Western world, who seem not to understand better before, today they have begun to understand better. They have begun to see it more clearly. Tell me, how can somebody who has been on detention for more than a year now become a security threat? How? But the people who are taking the life of the innocent, the terrorists themselves, the terrorists who are now a security, the terrorists whom the United States have given them information that these people are coming to take over your country. The terrorist threat that have been told them about, that they don't see that as a security threat. They don't see it as a serious thing. And you never see them going to invade all the places that the Boko Haram are staying. You never see them going to invade all the bushes where Boko Haram are staying. But instead, they are focused on the Biafran people. They are focused on those who are protecting themselves against that same terrorist that the US are talking about. You see how evil the world is. You see how evil the world is. We were here while we were shouting. While we were shouting, coming online on basic basis to tell the United States that Nigeria is a terrorist country. Nigeria is a terrorist country. Nigeria is a terrorist country. They turned a deaf ear. United States still went ahead and sold to Canada to them, gave them ammunitions, and today a security bridge is coming, and they gave them information, and they came against them and they attacked them, and they're not willing to do anything about it. They have only acquired weapons to fight against the innocent people, and the US seem not to do anything about it. Today, what you are going to see in Nigeria is what happened in Afghanistan. The same supply US made to Afghanistan, that is what they made to Nigeria. They supplied weapons, aircraft, everything to Afghanistan. All of a sudden they left, and the terrorists took over. Up to today, terrorists are in charge in Afghanistan. It's going to play back in Nigeria also. They have supplied Nigeria with ammunition, and now Nigeria is about to be handed over to terrorists, and they are giving the security information. And the people that are giving security don't care, because why should they care? Why should they care? After all, the terrorists are in Asaro. They are everywhere. They are in charge. It is their government. So what do they have to do with your threat? And when we say it, they pretend as if they don't hear us. When Biafra say they are leaving, you say, why should they leave? It doesn't matter what anybody is saying or doing. We are going. The Biafrans are going to leave the zoo by all means possible. 126 days to go. 126. Any place you are on the planet Earth and you are a Biafran, we are 70 million all over the world. Prepare yourself. We are going to fund our freedom. The ESN fundraising. Go to the platform, go to the flyer. You see the link there. Just make your donation. Don't wait until the day of fundraising. Stop waiting until the day of fundraising. Continuously, we are supposed to be funding the ESN community. These are volunteers. Some people have already devoted their life. We are no longer recruiting. We are no longer recruiting. Mazen Nandekano did that recruitment once and for all. He showed the reserve. You saw the video. The reserve, Biafran reserve, the reserve army, where they are. You see millions of people, volunteers that are there. But what we are lacking is funding. It is you and I that we funded. The Israelites funded their own victory. They funded their own freedom. The Israelites, they funded themselves, and that is what we're going to do. Because there are people whom Chukwu Okagame have placed that finance in their hand to sponsor. And you must have to come out now. You must have come out. We are going to free ourselves from this. It doesn't matter what anybody is saying. And I tell you, Biafrans, don't be scared. It is going to be tough, but don't be scared. There will be light at the end of the tunnel. They will kill us. We will kill them. At the end of the day, we are going to have our freedom. Do not be scared one bit. It is not going to be like 1967. Never. Never. It's not going to last as long as that. Never. They can never have such upper hand anymore. Never. And we can never, ever lose the war. We can never lose it. We can't lose the war. It doesn't matter whatever they do. We can't lose the war. We cannot lose. We can never, ever lose the war. Any place you are, please stand up and do the needful. This is the time. It is our battle, and we will fight it. It is our battle. We have to bring our heads together and fight that battle once and for all. You have to be there. I have to be there. Every single one of us have a contribution to make. Everybody is important. Every Biafran is important. It doesn't matter how small, how big. Everybody is important. But for those who have chosen not to be part of it, there's no problem. If you have made that choice, so be it. The record will be there for you. When Biafra comes, we are going to open your page for you. But where you are going to be having a very big problem is when you are standing in between. If you are standing as a barrier, you don't want to go out, you don't want to come in. You don't want to fight for Biafra, and you don't want to keep your mouth shut. You are standing as a hindrance. If you stand as a hindrance for the coming of Biafra in 126 days, it doesn't matter whom you are. It doesn't matter your religion. It doesn't matter your tribe. It doesn't matter your location. If you are standing as a hindrance to the coming of Biafra in 126 days, you will be crushed, and your blood will be upon your head. You are definitely going to be crushed, and your blood will be on your head. It is not the wish of the Biafrans to take an innocent life. It is our wish that every innocent life must survive. It is not the wish of Biafrans to lose any innocent life or to waste any innocent life. It doesn't matter the religion of the person. It doesn't matter the tribe of the person. We do not want to stain our hand with any innocent blood. We don't want that. We try as much as possible to avoid that. But for those who have decided to make themselves a sacrificial lamb, we can help them. That is their wish. After all, in the present world that we are, some countries have given people right to take their life if they want to. May Chukwu guide and protect every single one of you who has been able to be with me on this broadcast up to this minute. Everybody that has contributed to this broadcast, I appreciate you and I thank you very much. I thank you, I thank you, and I thank you. If you have a contribution to make, I have a phone number there. If you want to make a contribution, you can call. In the next 5 minutes, I'm going to be closing the program. If you have a contribution to make, you can call in and make a contribution before I close up the program. I appreciate everybody that have participated in this broadcast. Thank you so much. Those who have liked the video, those who have shared, I thank you very much for sharing. Thank you for liking. May Chukwu Okikabiyama continue to guide you, protect you, secure you, and continue to increase your bound. No weapon of the enemy will affect you. Any Biafran that is watching across the world, whichever part of the world you are watching from, any part of the world you are watching this program from, any place you're watching from, if you're watching from any part of the world, you're watching from Biafra land, you're watching from the zoo, you are watching from any part of Africa, from Asia, Europe, America, Australia, Canada, New Zealand, any place you're watching from, I say may Chukwu Okikabiyama continue to guide you, protect you, secure you, and keep you. If you're watching and you're a Oduduwa person, you are going to see Oduduwa in your lifetime. As Biafrans will be celebrating their freedom, you'll be celebrating your Oduduwa. The Middle Beltans will also celebrate their freedom. Every indigenous tribe that is sincerely seeking for freedom, they will get their freedom in the name of Chukwu Okikabiyama. May Chukwu Okikabiyama guide and protect Sunday Igboho, secure him, give him more wisdom and strength to continue to fight to the end. May Chukwu Okikabiyama continue to guide and protect our men on the ground, our able men on the ground, those who are fighting for us, those who are standing in the gap for us. May Chukwu Okikabiyama guide and protect our men on the ground, secure them and keep them safe. No weapon of the enemy shall penetrate them. May Chukwu Okikabiyama continue to guide and protect our brother Simon Ekpa. Continue to secure him. May Chukwu Okikabiyama protect the Umuada. Protect the Umuada, all the Umuadas who are making waves, Umuada who are doing marvelous things. Honorable Azuka, who is their spokesperson. Honorable Azuka, who is guiding the sheep, piloting the sheep out there. May Chukwu Okikabiyama guide and protect Honorable Azuka. Secure her, guide her, protect her and her family. Continue to give her more wisdom, knowledge, and understanding to continue to move forward. May Chukwu Okikabiyama guide and protect Mazi Simon Ekpa. Mazi Simon Ekpa, who is taking the bullet for all of us. May Chukwu Okikabiyama continue to increase his mental toughness, continue to increase his strength, his wisdom. May Chukwu Okikabiyama continue to speak with him in different directions. May Chukwu Okikabiyama continue to give him revelations. May he continue to move forward to take message from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and give to us. May Chukwu Okikabiyama guide and protect him. Build a wall of fire around him. No weapon of the enemy shall penetrate Mazi Simon Ekpa. He is going to be with us until we march into Biafra land. In 126 days, we are going to celebrate Biafra together. In 126 days, every single one of us that is here, we are going to witness Biafra in our lifetime. May Chukwu Okikabiyama guide and protect our Supreme Leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, wherever he may be at this particular time. We commit Mazi Nnamdi Kanu into the hand of Chukwuka Abịama. May Chukwuka Abịama continue to bear Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in his palms. No weapon of the enemy shall penetrate in him. No poison shall have an effect on him. No power or forces can be able to overcome him. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu we commit into the hand of Chukwuka Abịama. May Chukwuka Abịama give him long life in the land of the living. Give him good health. Strengthen him. Give him revelations. Give him words. Put word in his mouth. And build a wall of fire around him wherever he is. No weapon formed or fashioned against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu shall prosper. No weapon formed or fashioned against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu shall prosper. No weapon formed or fashioned against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu shall prosper. Thank you so much for watching wherever you are watching from. I appreciate every one of you. I love you all. And we will see you again tomorrow. Same time, I will be coming back to broadcast. Tomorrow from 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. Biafra time. I'm going to be around within that period. I always come on daily basis to broadcast. May Chukwuka Abịama give all of us strength to live and stand firm until the last minute. Thank you so much for watching and remember blessed. Bye-bye. I see you again tomorrow.